Hey you guys, so I have really exciting news. As that you can tell, this is update number 2. And so today is January 13th. I had work today and I'll just get right into the story. At 10:45 I go on my first break when the kids are outside. It's just a short 15-minute break. I just go to the bathroom and sometimes have a little snack and go on my phone. And so when I went into my classroom to get my phone, I saw that Mason texted me and I was so excited and shocked, and I kind of looked at it for a second trying to see if it really was him, and I started crying. He said, "Hi baby, I got my phone real quick. I'll be calling you later from a random number. Pick up. I love you so much and I can't wait to be with you, sweetie. Mwah." And then he said how he misses me and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you texted me. I love you too. I get done at 3:30 and I was hoping that was the time that he was going to be calling me." And I said, "Miss you too." And then it says on my phone at 11:01, which doesn't make sense because unless my phone or his phone didn't send it until later. It says 11:01, but I didn't get these texts then, so I think the time is wrong, or it's going by his time because he's an hour behind me. I was already outside after that, and I didn't get to see these texts, but I turned up my phone super loud so I can hear if he called. And he said, "I'm gonna call soon and I will call you when they let us." We come in from outside at 11 o'clock and we have our water and then we come in, so it's probably about 11:10 that we're actually heading inside back into the classroom. And we take our shoes off and wash our hands, and the kids do a little bit more lessons. 11:30 we start getting ready for lunch, which we set the tables and stuff like that. And I haven't heard a phone call from my phone. And then at 12 o'clock the kids eat lunch. After lunch at around 12:30 the kids start getting done. We clean up and get them all situated and changed and cleaned up, and we have them lay down on their bed, and at 1 o'clock they're all usually settling down, and I go on my break at 1:15. And so when I got my phone, I bring it with me and I go into the break room, and I looked at my phone and I had a voicemail and I had a missed call, and I was like, wait, I didn't even hear him calling my phone. I turned my volume up so loud that I should have heard it. I was right next to my phone. It was just in the drawers behind me. When I saw that I missed his call, was "You can't call again," texting him, hoping that he was going to answer back, but he didn't. And I listened to his voicemail and it said, "Hi," and he sounded really sad. He said, "Hi babe, I just wanted to call you and tell you that I am shipping out with," I'm not going to say the thing that he said, "I'll call you when I can or if I'm allowed to." The words that he said in between after "I'm shipping out," I didn't understand, but I texted this girl that she gave me her number and she has gone through this. She said it means that he is leaving his reception and he's starting basic training, and that's his group name that he said. And she said, "In time you will either get a call with the address where he's at, or he will send you a letter where it'll have the address to start writing him. Also, you should receive a letter from the commander within a few weeks." And I said, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." So he has a little group name, I guess it's called. I got done work at 3:30 today, and my mom picked me up. She's a realtor, so we went to go see her listing real quick. And then at 4:05, it was 4 o'clock, he texted me and said that he was going to be calling me soon, which I was so excited, and I kind of wish that I was home by myself, but I was in the car with my mom. He said, "I'm going to call you. They want me to call parents, so just go along with what I say." But when he called me, it sounded like he was talking to me. And he said, "Calling soon." And I told him I was in the car with my mom. And then he said, "I'm going to text you addresses as well." And then he said, "Have you gotten my letters?" And I said, "Okay, that's a good idea. I haven't looked in the mail. I can when I get home." And then he sent me his address that I can send him letters, which I'm so excited. And then around 4 o'clock or so, he called me and he was really upset. He was crying on the phone and basically he was just saying that he misses me and he's glad to hear my voice. And I started crying, of course, and somebody was yelling in the background, so I don't know where he was. I didn't get to ask because it was only for like it was a 2-second call, but I did get to hear his voice, and it made my day. And I know hearing my voice made his day. So then he had to go, and a couple texts later he said he had to go and he couldn't text anymore. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. And the girl that I talked to, she said now is the time that you should be counting down the days till 9 weeks, that you should be counting down till you finally get to see him. And you know how my last video I was saying that he said there was like 10 days of getting all of his uniform and all this stuff, getting his shots, and there was actually 10 days because he said that on the 15th he was going to be starting boot camp. Remember I was saying, like, do you guys know if that's true? I feel like that's not. And it actually is, because it's the 13th right now, and he should probably be getting there tomorrow or today and starting tomorrow or Friday, which makes complete sense of what he was saying. So Mason was right. We all doubted him, but he was right. And now it's 9 weeks. And then he was asking me, have you gotten my letters? And I had no idea what he was talking about. And he said that he has been sending letters every day all last week when I couldn't talk to him. So when I got home, I went straight for the mailbox and I found 2 letters, and oh my god, I cried reading these, and I just love that he had time to write me every day since when he was gone and we couldn't talk to each other. And I'll just give you a little like review of what he wrote. I'm not going to read it. So this is supposed to be from January 7th, which was the second day. Basically, he was saying second day wasn't too bad. He said he's just missing me like crazy, and he is noticing that he is looking at pictures of me in his wallet constantly, and he can't wait to hear from me because it'll feel normal. He said that the day went a little faster than the day before. He said that all the guys are losing track of the days. He said all the guys are looking up to me, and I'm actually the leader of our barrack, which is a living area. He put in parentheses. He said today I got my uniform. I feel so official now. He said I'm making a lot of friends, and it's nice knowing that we can all relate in missing our significant other at home. He said that it helps that they can all talk about that. He said it helps that writing a letter every night, even though I can't write to him, it makes him feel better. He said eating here is really weird. You have 5 minutes to eat a full meal. And he said people weren't kidding when they said the spoon is your best friend. He said I'm getting over my food touching real fast. And he said the next day he had to get a shot in his butt, which is very pleasant, Mason. Thanks for telling me that. He said not looking forward to that because he does not like needles. Thanks me for being by his side, and he can't imagine what it would be like without me. And he said hope your days are going good, and these letters are going to help a lot. And then he said I find myself looking at the clock guessing what you are doing. And he said I can't wait to read your letters. I'm pretty sure they will make me cry, but I will feel so much more normal and at peace. He said it's freezing there. Food isn't that bad. He said in the morning for breakfast they had biscuits and gravy. And then he said I'm really grateful that some of these guys are giving me the materials to write to you until I go down to the PX store to get stuff. And yeah, that's basically what this letter says, and it just sounded really nice to actually hear what he's been doing and that the guys are supporting him and helping him out, because I know it's so hard there without knowing anybody. And then I have this one. It just says I love you with all my heart on the front, and I don't have a date on here, so I don't know, but it's probably like a couple days after or the day after that. And this one says you can't write back to me yet until I call you with the address. I needed to write you a letter to calm me down. It was a crazy first day today. Not what I expected at all. Today I got my blood drawn, and he got his picture taken for the military license. Also, he got an eye exam done today. He keeps looking at my photos constantly to help me cope, to help him cope with not being able to talk. He said, I found out that my graduation will probably be later than I expected. I think it might be in June, but don't quote me on that. So I guess when he was writing this letter, he was having a really hard time. I guess he was really sad. He was saying that he had to keep moving his letter because the tears were getting on the letter. And I guess the guys were seeing that he was getting really upset and came over and was talking to him and helping him out and giving him advice and stuff like that. And you can tell by his writing that he was probably, I don't know, it's all scratched up. He said he didn't know what he was going to do the next day, but it was probably going to be a lot of standing around like it was today, waiting to do the next task. He said it was still freezing up there, and they gave him warmer clothes, and he was hoping to go to the base store tomorrow so he could get writing stuff. Yeah, that's basically all he wrote in that one. It was a really short letter. And so when I got home, of course, I got some paper, got a pen, and I wrote him a 3-page letter. And when I was talking to him on the phone in the car, he was saying, please send pictures and maybe spray my perfume. But I didn't do it to this one yet. I might do it for the next one because I have to get my memory card. I don't know what it's called. And I have to print out some pictures, and then I'll send him pictures the next letter. That's all I wanted to say in this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are excited about my amazing news. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I don't want to give out too much information about his personal thing. Maybe if you guys leave a question down below or a comment, I will answer it in my next video. Alright, bye you guys. Mwah.